all the necessities for few days. Now, as usual, everyone is coming and they are asking, they were seeing that, is there any things coming down our way? And after some time, they saw that nothing is coming down. And they looked up and there was merchant, but nothing is coming down their way. So after a few days, again, they started getting disappointed, angry, and frustrated. So they started actually throwing stones. They took the stone, they used to take the stone, one person took the stone, they used to throw onto the merchant up. Since the merchant is so high up there, it used to not reach him, but either that stone will come and fall onto some other person or onto themselves. So they might get themselves hurt, or it might hit some other. So the rain of stones started falling, and they used to get disappointed. So this story is actually telling us that here the merchant is the God who is providing us many, many things. And the needy people are all of us, many of us. God provides us. Today all of you have entered the room and unknowingly we are all breathing, right? God is providing us air. Have you ever wondered that who is giving us the air? Did we stop thinking and started being grateful? God is providing us air. God is providing us water. God is providing us food. Many, many things. Are we being grateful? That's what, some of us might be grateful, but many of us don't even think that who is providing these. So, when God doesn't provide us, God takes away something that we have, that's where we become angry and frustrated as well. And we become unhappy with what we don't have instead of thinking what we have. So this analogy is giving us and telling us that we can be more grateful and we can be more happy or tolerant, so that when the stones come our way as well, we are tolerant and we are grateful at that point. And of course, whatever is deserved to us, it will come somehow or the other. But we will get the capacity and strength to tolerate it. So why bad things happen to good people? Still, the question still remains, and then, we need to understand more to deep dive into it. So from here, Shyam Prabhu will take us into the discussion. Thank you.
We thought you'll be bored with me speaking all the time. So there's an arrangement we made such that you feel enlivened. Oh, change of person, okay, at least I can wake up now. So those of you whose sleep was disturbed because of this transition, please go back. There's a very beautiful story, how people never look up. How often do we look up to say, thank you, God, for what you have given us. Thank you, God, for allowing us to wake up today, for giving one more day, so I can live the purpose of my life, so I can purify my existence. Everything practically, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, every aspect of our life is actually provided by God. Even the so-called thoughts, the intelligence, the ability to do whatever we do. Right? We are just eating food. How it gets digested, how the body gets energy, we have absolutely no control over. There are some people who have digestive issues and things like that. They don't have that type of strength. So we are all very fortunate. How often do we look up and say thank you to God? And when we do that, sometimes when people don't do that and throw stones instead, is equivalent to people being frustrated, and they show that frustration on somebody else. And then the person who received the frustration, he's thinking, "Arey, what is this? Everybody treating me like this. Does God really exist? Does God really care for me?" It's actually the stones that are coming our way is really not the God throwing stones at us. It is We must have thrown some stone in the past. Somebody else got hurt because of that. That person is now throwing stones and it is hitting us now. It's a cycle. Okay, this is probably the most important part of the question. If we want to understand karma, we must ask this question. Why karma exists? Why does karma work? Right? Wouldn't it be nice to have no karma? Right? No implication of whatever we do. Always just get enjoyment only. Right? We may feel like that, but let's see. But before that, let me ask a question. Let's say you are building a city. What are some of the things that you need in the city? Please tell me, what are some of the things you need in the city? We need water and maybe supply water to all citizens of the city. Okay, very nice. Electricity, we need PG&E or equivalent. Maybe better.
Wi-Fi.
Roads, we need roads to commute from by. Okay.
Internet.
Transportation.
Internet.
Internet, oh God. Okay, we need internet. We need people, of course. What else?
Space.
Space, okay. What else? We need homes to live in, right? So we naturally, when we are building a city, you see, sometimes you're driving away from the Bay Area, you go to those Tracy, River Islands, all that places. They're just building cities. They're building houses and they build, what else? What else is needed for a city? Grocery store, otherwise no food for you. What else? Schools. I was hoping somebody said that. Thank you. Yeah, we do need schools. However, hatred we have towards them. Hospitals, yes, right? We get sick, so we need hospitals. What else? We want temple. Okay, we also have some pious souls here. Nice souls, yes. What will happen to our danda? No temple. Okay, what else?
Entertainment.
Trees, okay. We need entertainment also, yeah. Right? We need parks. Very nice. We covered many things. Let's see if we covered everything. We need buildings, entertainment, hospitals, schools, stadiums, malls. I'm surprised none of the Matajis said malls. It is said marriage is a workshop where men work and women shop. Joke. We need playgrounds, roads, right, for transportation, bridges like that. But there is one thing that we also need. Prison. Do we need a prison in a city?
Yeah.
Sure. Do we need really?
No.
Why can't everyone just be nice, be good? Then no prison is needed, isn't it? But do you think that's practical? No. Because there is always somebody who will break the rules of the government. Who will always try to figure out and bend, find the extremes and break the rules of the government. There is a very nice joke. Once 3 engineers and 3 lawyers wanted to go from, let's say, Mumbai to Pune. So while going, 3 engineers bought 3 tickets. But the 3 lawyers bought only 1 ticket. Engineers were interested. Arey, how will you manage? Lawyer said, look. See us in action. So the engineers were curious. So they got in the train. As the ticket collector came, the engineers were looking at the lawyers. The lawyers went into the bathroom, all 3 of them. And then they gave their tickets and they got their tickets punched. And then the ticket collector went to the restroom, knocked on the door. One hand came out with the ticket. The ticket collector punched and gave it back. And the engineers thought, okay, very nice. So next time, while coming back from Pune to Mumbai, the 3 engineers bought only 1 ticket. But the 3 lawyers did not buy any ticket. Now engineers are more curious. Arey, how will you manage? Lawyer said, see us in action. So the ticket collector came. The 3 engineers went into the bathroom. One of the lawyer went and knocked on the door. One hand came out with the ticket. The lawyer took the ticket, went into the other restroom. The ticket collector came, lawyer door, one hand came out, punched, gave it back, and fined the engineers who were waiting in the restroom. So there are people who always try to break the law. So, however, we may not like a prison is still needed when we are building a city. And what is the need of a prison? What is the purpose of a prison?
Punish.
Punish and
Protection.
there is a very important, why do we even punish? Like, for example, when children do bad, sometimes, of course, Western culture is like, no sticks, but it is mentioned, spare a stick, spoil the child. There is a time where you have to reprimand the children. Of course, Western culture is like, no, how can you do that? He's my little chubby cheeks, dimple chin, how can you? But there is also something called purification. Right? Did you know that prisons in American Constitution, they are not called prisons, but they are called something else? Correctional facilities. So what is the purpose of a prison? Not so much punishment, but actually purification, correction. So that the person changes his ways, changes his thought process, understand, actually what I did in a spur of the moment, that was bad. I should not have done it. When I get out, I'm going to be a better human being. That's a success for the prison. Do you know what is this? So in the prison, whenever the prisoner doesn't do his work, the warden comes and whips him. Hey, come on, do your work properly. Get up, go stand in the line, break these rocks like that. So they give very heavy work. This material world, it is actually compared to a prison house, a correctional facility for souls who are rebellious, who broke laws of the God in the spiritual world. Those who are unable to see there, you are welcome to sit here. If your children need to be there, that's okay. So, this material world is compared to a prison house. And who comes here? Those who broke the laws of God. And what is the purpose of this material world? Is punishment and purification. Of course, punishment not immediately. If somebody, for example, became mad and he forgot who his parents were, what his family is, they first try to take him to his birthplace, try to remind him, remember when you were a child you used to play here, I used to bring you to this ice cream parlor. So they give some sort of therapy to help them remember who he originally is. But when it fails, what treatment do they give him? Shock treatment. Like that. And then they remember, oh, hey, why am I here? Where is my dad? Where is my mom? Like that. So this material world, because our original father and mother, they're in the spiritual world. Somehow we forgot them. By reading Shastra, hopefully we remember. But if that reading doesn't help, doesn't recollect our memory, then the shock treatment. Do you know who is the warden of this material world? Who gives whips and shocks? Actually, that is Durga Devi. Durga Devi, you see, the Trishul, she's the one poking us. It's a thankless job. Durga means Dur, means difficult. Ga means Gati. It's difficult to get out from this material world. It's also difficult to get anywhere in this material world. So, this is the purpose of the material world. Why is the material world created? Actually, it is mentioned there are millions of material universes. This material world is only 1/4 of the total creation. 3/4 of creation is spiritual world. Only the 1/4 is the material world. And in the material world, how many material universes exist? Unlimited material universes exist. And each material universe has different amounts of planets. In our material universe, we have 14 planetary system. And we have a 4-headed Brahma who manages these 14 planetary systems. We will talk more about gods, one god or many gods in our next session, where we will speak about Brahmas of other universes, how the more complex universes are. But do you know the manufacturer description of this material world? Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he calls this material world as Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. He says this place, Dukkalayam. Alayam means a place where something is abundantly found. Vaidyalayam. What does it mean? A hospital where Vaidya is found abundantly. It's called Vaidyalayam. Vidyalayam means schools are where Vidya is found. Dukkalayam means where Dukkha is abundantly found. You are all becoming Sanskrit scholars. So Dukkalayam means a place where Dukkha is abundantly found. This is manufacturer description. God who created this material world is telling this place is a place of misery. And Ashashvatam, it is temporary also, which is why it is miserable. Because in this world, you ought to struggle so much. Sometimes people ask, Arey, you ISKCON people, you spiritual people, you are always pessimistic. Always telling this world is a place of misery, no happiness. What no happiness? I am enjoying my life. Come on, I got a house in the Bay Area, I got the job, I got a very beautiful wife, very obedient children. Wait until they turn into teenagers. So, we think like this. What is this misery you're talking about? Even, first of all, that's not true. All of us have this experience. Jobs are full of so many headaches. Body is a source of misery. I think we spoke in the first session how we mistake break between two miseries as happiness. Hamaya. This week my boss did not bother me. My life is so good. Kids are sleeping peacefully. Oh, life is cool. Very nice. We think like that. So, but whereas the spiritual world is called Vaikunta. Kunta means anxiety. Vaikunta means no anxiety. A place where there is no anxiety is called Vaikunta. This is the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, there is no anxiety. Everybody has harmonious relationship with one another. And everybody is selfless, wanting to serve others, wanting to make others happy. Everybody loves the Supreme Lord and everyone connected with Him. Can you imagine a world where everybody is looking to make others happy? You are trying to make others happy and others are trying to make you happy. Wouldn't that be such a wonderful world? Wonderful relationships? Sweet? The other thing is Ashashvatam. Even if, let's say, you found the best wife, best children, best family, best health, no issues. Is it permanent? No. 50, 60, downhill from there. Ashashvatam. Even if you get the best, still it is temporary. That's why this world is compared to a prison house. And why did? Can you imagine, let's say you are building a house for your children. You say, all right, I want to build a 4-bedroom house. But you build it in such a way, you're telling the builder that during rainy season, rain should fall from every corner. And you are telling the electrician, every time they touch the switch, they should get an electric shock. Like that. Would you say like that? Would you build a house with so many holes, electric shocks like that? Why would God create a material world purposefully where dukkalayam ashashvatam? Why couldn't God give us permanent world and no dukkalayam? Vaikuntha, why doesn't He create it here only? Right? Why is that? It is because of this. In the spiritual world, every living entity has an opportunity to express their love. If there is no independence to express love, it's not love. You're forced. Somebody puts a gun on your head. You tell me, I love you, otherwise I kill you. Alright, I love you. No, feelings say. I love you, you rascal, you're thinking in the mind. Only when there is independence, there is an opportunity to express love. So every living entity has minute independence. And that independence, using that independence, we can love God or we can love something else also. And when I use that independence properly, I love God and I love everybody connected with God. I love the words of God. I would love to follow. When I, for example, sometimes we see this wife and husband. The husband says, I love you, but I won't follow what you are telling me. The wife says, what? If you love me, you should listen to me, no? Same thing. If you love God, you will follow the instructions of God. You will love everybody in connection to God. So if we use our independence properly, we love God. But we misuse the independence. We say, hey, why should I serve you? Why can't I play God? Why can't I be the center? Why can't everybody take arati and worship me? Why can't I get the glorification? Are you have so many shlokas glorifying you. Why can't they write few shlokas on me also? The moment living entity thinks like this, a rebellious soul, who, because it is not our nature, God is God and we are not God. As soon as we want to play God, we want to be the center of all attraction. Can we switch off that mic or turn it around? Press and hold. So as soon as we think, I want to be God, I want to be the center, we come to this material world. And that's why you see in this world, everybody wants to be boss on a boss. I want to be the boss. I want to be the center. Why should he get all the promotions? Why should she have all the appreciation? And I also want something. This is the mood of the rebellious soul who wants to play God. But it is not the nature of the soul. God is only one. The nature of the soul, we find the supreme happiness. Suprasidati, Bhagavatam mentions. When we are in our constitutional position, our nature is to serve. When we serve, you notice this even in this world. When we give birth to children, parents are hardly sleeping. They are in some different time zone, walking like zombies. But they feel satisfaction in the heart. There is something about selfless love, selfless service. And that's the experience of the soul. And that's what everybody in the spiritual world experiences. Because selfless service is the basis for permanent happiness. So those who misuse that independence, they leave God, wanting to play God. They come to this material world. And of course, we have been trying to play God. We are trying to boss it over. Not very successful. Even those who become the heads of the heads, top of the chain, Will Smith, so many people who have seen the material success to the highest, they are dissatisfied, nothing there. And when they are completely purified and understand that, okay, the goal of life is to purify myself of this selfish desire to lord it over and be the enjoyer, be the center, and instead realize my eternal position as the servant of the servant of the servant. Srimad Bhagavatam mentions and Chaitanya Charitamrita quotes, Naham vipro na chanarapate napi vaishyo na shudro Naham varni na cha grihapate novana stoyatirva Kintu prodyan nikila paramananda purnamrutabdir Gopi partuhu padakamalayur Dasa dasanudasaha. I'm the servant of the servant of the servant. That is the mood of the spiritual world. When we develop this mood all the time, then we are transferred to the spiritual world. So why karma works? Why is this material world a place of misery? Is so that we understand that this place is not our home. This place we will not find permanent happiness. Because we see everybody else is trying to lord it over. Everybody is trying to say, no, why should your happiness be more important? My happiness is more important. Russia thinks my land is more important, so it invades Ukraine. Somebody else, everything, every fight you see, even relationships, right? Why wife and husband fight? Because wife thinks my happiness is important. Husband thinks my happiness is important. You're not doing enough for me. No, you're not doing enough for me. Every fight, every dissatisfaction is because of this. Of course, it takes a long time for us to realize and come to and practice this selflessness. So that is why karma exists. Why God particularly built this material world so that there is shock everywhere. So that we understand and get the motivation to get out of this world, get out of this jail and be free completely. I hope this is beneficial. So what is karma? Karma is nature's reward system. As soon as we are doing little good, karma says, all right, here are some biscuits for you. Since you did well, please take this. So karma, and we were discussing earlier, we transfer from one body to the other, and we said there are two aspects to it. One is what we desire. So whatever we desire. So let's say, for example, at the end of my life, I'm thinking about, okay, gold. Will I become a gold merchant, a jewelry shop owner, Josa Lucas, like that? No, there is the second ingredient, which is what we deserve. We may desire something, but we must also deserve through punya. We have accumulated sufficient punya, then we will become the owner of a jewelry shop. If we don't have sufficient karma, then God says, all right, since you are interested in gold, I will make you a security guard to a jewelry shop. There also you can see gold. Nice gold. Your desire is satisfied. Itne mein milte hain. Like that. So what we desire and what we deserve. So the karma is what we deserve. As expected, we covered a little bit. We will speed up and try to cover as much as possible. So there are three aspects to karma. What you loosely refer to as karma. I'm going to teach you a Bollywood move, Bollywood dance move. Please take your hand out like this. Put it like this. You're going to do like this. Karma, vikarma, akarma. Now I'm going to add some music. Karma, vikarma, akarma. Imagine, what is that movie, Shah Rukh Khan? Mahi ve, like this. Karma ve, vikarma ve, akarma ve. What are these three things? I'm going to give you a summary. This is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Karma, also referred to as punya karma. Whenever we do good, why did I say like this? Whenever we do good, we stay either in this planet Earth, we will take birth again as human beings, or we may get slight elevation, we may go to heavenly planets. It is still not like this, but either like this or like this. Because the enjoyment the soul feels either on planet Earth or heaven, it's the same. It's not going to be categorically different. The soul is still dissatisfied even in the heaven also. But it doesn't have sufficient motivation to practice bhakti because there's only enjoyment there, so they're not really, okay, anyway, When good times are there, we usually we postpone. Yeah, agle saal dekh lenge. Next year we'll see, like that. So karma means punya karma. Whenever we do good, we stay in this world. Maybe we stay on planet Earth, we take birth again as human beings, or we may go to heavenly planets. And what is this vikarma? Vikarma is papa or bad karma. We kill other living entities, for example. We hurt others, other living entities. Karma is so precise. How much ever pain you have given another living entity, precisely you get that karma back. For example, animals have lower developed consciousness. So if you accidentally stepped on an ant, and the pain the ant feels is, it's difficult to categorically show it like that, but let's say felt this much pain. You will feel that pain somehow or the other. Maybe you will bump into a table, you may hit your head to the ceiling, like that. So whatever pain we have given others is given to us, same quantity. Whatever good we have done to others, because the world is arranged in such a way to encourage good activities, it is mentioned you will get 10 times, 100 times, even 1,000 times good you have done. So punya, anytime you do punya, you get 10 times, 100 times more punya, depending on some calculations like that. So this is karma and this is vikarma. I'm going to skip the video in the interest of time. And what is akarma? Please kindly repeat after me. Yajñartat karmano nyatra loko yam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. This verse mentions this is the art of working. This is akarma. While performing work, you may say, any work I do, and I am going to work, I may accidentally kill so many ants. So how do I live? Just by breathing, I am killing millions of living entities because there are so many microbes in the air also. Just by walking, just by speaking. You see, sometimes Jains, they have this mask because they don't want to kill other living entities. Their philosophy is, let's reduce, minimize karma as much as possible. Because in this world, just by living, you create more karma. So does that mean I have to be here in this world permanently? Because I'm giving so much pain to other living entities. And I don't know how many lifetimes I lived here. My karma bank account must be through the roofs. You have absolutely no idea. But there is something called akarma. Akarma means even though we are working, we don't get any punya or papa. Many people think that punya is good only, no? Papa, we will give it up. But punya, nice, no? If I am able to go to Swargaloka using my credit card, would be good. No, actually punya is also not good. Bhagavad Gita mentions. Because when you have punya also, you have to enjoy that punya. You have to take birth again. You have to get connected to some people. You have to enjoy that. And the soul is suffering inside because it does not enjoy in the material world. The body, the senses may be enjoying. So, Vedic scriptures, the lower Vedic scriptures, they encourage punya. Please do. Don't do so much nonsense. Please do some good also. And you will see there is a gradual elevation. We will speak more about it in the next session. But then as you go higher and higher up and you come to the Bhagavad Gita level, Bhagavad Gita doesn't recommend doing punya also. It says don't do vikarma, of course. Don't do karma, do akarma. Do all your activities as a sacrifice, as a duty to Vishnu, to please Vishnu. And every activity, every moment we spend thinking that way, let me do this as a service to God. For my purification, for the pleasure of the Supreme. When we have this consciousness, every activity we do, is no longer punya or papa does not affect us. So that is what is akarma. We'll quickly read these 2 slides and maybe Kanchanji or Kushbu, maybe you can read.
Akarma refers to spiritual activity performed on behalf of Supreme Lord or for pleasing the Lord. Some examples of akarma activities are the actions performed to please the Supreme Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Navavidha Bhakti, 9-fold methods of devotional service, and rendering various types of services for Lord's pleasure, like cooking, preaching, gardening, painting, singing, and other similar acts of bhakti. One develops devotion for the Lord, detachment from the worldly affairs, purity and spiritual happiness. Since the person for whom the service is performed is Sri Krishna, the supremely pure, akarma liberates one from the cycle of birth and death, bestows love of God, and takes one back to the spiritual world.
So akarma is the only way to get out of this world. As long as we do it for our pleasure, our sense gratification, for my family's enjoyment, then we will accumulate punya and papa, and that will continue our cycle of birth and death. And as I mentioned, the first session is so foundational because we defined our problem statement in the first session. Bhagavad Gita classes are not of little bit spirituality and let me enjoy the world. No. Of course, we will not be able to immediately relinquish, renounce this world. That's not recommended. We'll speak more about how we can perform akarma. But at least I would like you to understand and take this point with you. That vikarma, of course, no. We don't want to do any papa. We don't want to do any punya also. Punya as in for my satisfaction, for my family's satisfaction. Don't do anything, any activity. Don't donate money, for example. Don't give to poor people with an intention that they will announce my name. They will put it $1 million wall. Okay, somebody donated money. Announce my name now. Bring me on stage and put a garland. As soon as we have this consciousness and we do any punya activity, it is no longer a spiritual activity. It is a material activity only. And because it is a material activity, punya will go down. Whereas akarma bank account, there are 2 different bank accounts. One bank account has punya and papa. They don't cancel each other actually. Punya and papa account. And then there is the imperishable, never wasted, never goes down, the akarma bank account. And when this akarma bank account reaches a certain level, then we will go back to the Godhead. How is good karma different from akarma? Here are few options. Please, if you agree with this, please say Haribol. Okay, as I read. How is good karma different from akarma? Good karma is material, akarma is spiritual. Okay, good. B. Good karma fruits gets exhausted in future, but akarma fruits are eternal and imperishable. Good karma and akarma both are good, and either of them can be performed. No. Horrible. For reaping good karma fruits, we have to reincarnate, but akarma will take us back to Godhead. So what does punya does? Punya, if this material world is compared to a jail, upgrades us from C level cell to an A level cell. You're still in prison only, but better facilities. They'll give you food on time. There may be air circulation. There may be window. C level cell, no window, only walls. No air circulation like that. This is a broad definition. What is punya? Punya is whatever is recommended by Shastra. And Papa, whatever is prohibited by Shastra. But the deeper meaning is why Shastra says like this, because whatever is pleasing to the Lord, whatever is most beneficial to the soul, these are not disconnected. Actually, whatever is most beneficial to the soul and what pleases the Supreme Lord. What is most beneficial to the children, like for example, is usually what pleases the parent also. Right? When the child works hard for his own benefit, the parents are satisfied. So similarly, whatever is most beneficial to the soul, not the body, not the mind, but the soul, that is pleasing to the Lord. And whatever is displeasing, and because of that, we recommend these 4 things to be driven out from our life. These are vikarmas. Those, this is the one I was talking about. These are the bad karmas. No illicit relationships. No gambling, because that's habituating the mind to get immediate returns. That's not the life of sattvic people. People who are gambling, they are constantly in distress. Intoxication dulls the mind. People forget the miseries, the ultimate goal of life, temporarily dulls the mind. And there is a hangover afterwards, and then we get addicted to it. Spiritualists, they are recommended to stay away from all these 4. No gambling, no intoxication, no illicit relationships, and no meat eating. Because meat eating is a very, unfortunately, because the animal feels so much pain, so much anguish it has. And when we consume that meat, we also invoke those emotions. We also become angry for no reason. We also become dull. There is maybe a separate session in future, or I'll share this information. The human body, there is extensive study that says the digestive tract is not long enough for meat eating. Meat eating animals, they have a very short, so that the meat doesn't get putrefied and result in disease. World Health Organization say meat eaters are 50% more likely to get heart attacks. So there are so many things that can be said about meat eating, but least of which is, why should we give pain to another living entity for my pleasure? I am happy for few moments. Why should I give pain to other living entities? Imagine, will we kill our own children if they are tasty? If they taste good, will we kill our own children and eat? So why should we kill somebody's living entity's children? The mother feels pain, the child feels pain, and unfortunately, since we have given them that pain, we have to suffer that pain in our future life or in this life. And this is very detrimental to spiritual advancement. So please, if you have any of these habits, please think, how can I systematically reduce them? Maybe over a period of time, maybe a year, 2 years, whatever may be your timeline. And within these, there are deeper meanings also, which will probably go at a later point. Okay, to conclude, why do bad things happen to good people? I'll conclude with this story. There is once Clark family in 1914. He was excited that they built a huge ship which is taking them from Europe to America. All his life savings, he used it to buy tickets for his family of 5 or 6 people. He was excited to finally get on the cruise that he was longing to go for a lifetime. And 1 week before the ship was to take off, his son got bitten by a dog. And because of that, there was rabies at that time in 1900s. So their family wasn't allowed to embark on the ship. All the money wasted. He was on the day of departure. Mr. Clark and his family were standing on the dock, thinking, oh, why is bad happening to me? What wrong did I do? Why did this bloody dog bite my son? I couldn't leave him behind, so that's why they all stayed back. Thinking like this, crying, he waved goodbye to the ship, and the ship left, and he went home. Later that night, he heard the news that this ship hit an iceberg and got submerged in the ocean. And this ship is none other than the Titanic. Then immediately his mood changed. He immediately said, God, you are so merciful. And he immediately started looking for the dog, hoping to garland him. Thank you, dog, for biting my son. So sometimes we wonder why bad happens to us. Actually, bad happens because we have done some bad in the past. God still uses that situation to somehow or the other to push us in the direction of spiritual life. If we have done some good, He gives us some biscuits so that we are situated in a favorable environment where how many people in the world, tell me, have a peaceful family environment, have good health, ability to sit for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, to be able to hear Bhagavad Gita class. Very few actually. There's so many people in the world, still food is a problem. They don't have the basic necessities met. So God gives good so that eventually we can use that platform to inquire about spirituality. And He gives bad, He doesn't give bad. Whatever bad we may have committed in the past, He just, to teach us a lesson, to purify us, He gives that bad so we feel inspired, we feel the poke to get out of this world. I'll conclude with this story. Karma on a devotee. Once one girl was flying on an airplane solo. So one person sitting close by to this girl, he saw her, was fascinated. The girl traveling alone? Wow, this is nice, he thought. So the girl, she was watching something. The air hostess got her some food, she ate. She was smiling and happy, joyful like that. But suddenly, mid-flight, there was some turbulence. The turbulence got a little heavy. And everything started shaking like this. And then this guy thought, wow, God, I've traveled so many times, but I've never seen so much turbulence. And he started praying and thinking, oh God, what if I don't make it? And he saw around, everybody was a little scared. Some people were chanting, some people were looking at their loved one's picture. And he looked at this girl, and this girl is still smiling, still peaceful, still joyful. Intrigued his mind, what? Even in these most difficult times also, how is she so stable? Somehow the turbulence went away, and then the flight got landed. Immediately after landing, the person went to the girl and he asked, hey, I noticed you're traveling alone and you were very happy and joyful, and even when there was heavy turbulence, you were undisturbed. How is that possible? She said, uncle, it's very simple. You know who is the pilot of this aeroplane? He's actually my dad. If there is one person in this world who wants to see me safe, happy, it is my dad. And I know as long as my dad is driving, he is doing his best to protect me. So the turbulences don't disturb me. I know that the turbulences may be there, but he will take care. So I am undisturbed because my Father is the pilot. So in the lives of devotees, it's not that devotees don't go through any turbulence. Devotees also do go through turbulence because we need, even as practicing devotees, we have not fully developed this understanding that this place is a place of misery. We also just began. We just started reading Bhagavad Gita a few years ahead, that's all. no realizations of our own per se. So we also need those turbulences. But in the lives of devotees, we remember, to the extent we remember, that God is the pilot of my aeroplane. And He is the most powerful, most loving. And He is doing His best to protect me, the soul. Then every turbulent situation that I am going through, I can remain peaceful, happy and joyful, knowing well that God has a plan for me. It may seem very turbulent, but no problem. We have faith. And how can we develop that faith? The more we hear from the Shastras of other people going through turbulences, how God helped them eventually. We can see so many examples in Shastras like that. So we see how karma works on devotees. Karma seemingly works on devotees, but it is mentioned as soon as somebody takes up chanting, all the karma is no longer managed by Chitragupta, who keeps a track of our punya and papa. It is no longer managed by him. It is all directly managed by the Supreme Personality of God. Until that point, until we become a devotee, God, yes, He loves us, but it is so painful for Him. He delegates that task to Chitragupta and Yamaraj and the whole Durga Devi and everybody else. But as soon as we become devotees, He takes personal care. Now He is looking. Arey, this guy is supposed to get a cancer after 10 years. Now he is thinking, will this help him become a better devotee? She is supposed to get some other problem. Will this help her? So maybe God sometimes, many times in devotees' lives, He will only give token punishment. Meaning He'll still give us little pain. We may still go through what we call as, many devotees have had cancers, for example. But it gets miraculously cured, where even the doctors are mesmerized. This is a very advanced stage of cancer. How were you able to get cured? Most cases, but there are some cases where God may also, if we are not ready, God won't give this. But God may also see, no diseases for this guy. This guy, if no diseases, he will slowly drop off spiritual life. So let me give him some additional pain. And He may give us additional troubles also. Not necessarily, oh, you serve God, no difficulties for you. No, that's not true. God does what is best for the soul. He will always protect the soul. He will always give pain that we can tolerate. He will give only problems that we can solve. He'll give the solutions. As long as we are connected with the other devotees, we are connected with Shastra, we are regularly chanting, then naturally God protects us for sure. So this is how karma works on devotees. Karma, Krishna personally takes over and particularly looks at what is beneficial, what is not beneficial, and does that. Okay, so we will quickly summarize. Transmigration of the soul depends on the consciousness at the death. And what is karma? We discussed two stories Shamakumari shared. Anyone remembers? The Brahmana story and the merchant who was giving necessities. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. And why karma? This is the most important question we should understand. This world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, and we are here for purification. And once we understand this, our attitude towards difficulties change altogether. And what are the three types of karma? Can everyone please do this dance move? As you leave today, as you are going home, as you are in the car, people should look at you and think that they are coming from some Bollywood dance class or something. You should do this. What is this? Karma, vikarma, akarma. And punya karma versus akarma. Which one do you want to do? Akarma. As much as possible. It takes time. So tomorrow morning you wake up and say, all selfish desires go away, don't bother me. No, it won't happen like that. You have to many years of practice. And why do bad things happen to good people? People suffer their own bad actions of past. Sometimes that past actions if I touch a hot pan, the reaction is immediate. If I don't study today, I may fail my exam at the end of the year. So there is something called delayed karma also. So sometimes I may have performed activities in my previous life or 100 lifetimes ago. So we're going to talk about this delayed karma in one of the future sessions. And finally, karma on devotees. Krishna is our pilot. And once we have this consciousness, then no amount of turbulence in life will disturb us. We will always remain joyful, happy, grateful even for the difficulties, because they are pushing us to be a better version of ourselves. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So next week we're going to talk about one God or many gods. Hare, so many gods are there. Any Indian altar you see, 33 crore demigods are there. Whom should I worship? Why there are so many religions? Why there are so many fights among religions? Right? That's a question that bothers many people. Who is supreme? Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu. Are all same? Or is there a supreme among them? We're going to use Shastra, not anybody's opinion, to answer this. Is Supreme God an energy? Is a person or just an energy? Is an energy spread everywhere as Brahman, or is there a person also? So we're going to discuss all of that next week. So we're going to do Gauranga Nityananda, and then we'll figure out what to do. So we'll all stand up once, stretch our hands, legs, and come back. Amaya, what karma did I do to sit here for so long? Okay, so this side we'll do Gauranga and this side we'll do Nityananda. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Gauranga! Nityananda. Gauranga! Nityananda. We will give prasadam. Gauranga! Nityananda. 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 Nityananda. All right. I was supposed to do few minutes. Please, everyone, please sit down. I was hoping to chant at least for 3-4 minutes. Is it all right if we go for another few minutes and then maybe I'll take reflections for a few more minutes? I don't see our existing batch also hasn't come back. Can we switch off the lights? So as I was mentioning throughout my session, chanting is the most sublime, most easiest. We will give Shastric reference for this in the 8th session. The scientific benefits of chanting. Why these ISKCON people are so much behind chanting. You see everybody in ISKCON, they have bags like this and beads. They're always chanting. So why is this? Why is chanting the prescribed method of self-purification in this day and age? We're going to discuss all that in the 8th session in totality. But here is a thought. Here is something for you to meditate on, which we discussed during the mind session also. Because during chanting, what we are doing is we are training the mind, which is running after 60,000 thoughts in a day, to be focused to hearing. So what are we doing during chanting? We are training the mind to be present. We are training the mind to be focused on hearing. What this does is the more the mind is trained, the more the mind becomes controlled. And the more the mind becomes controlled and trained, the mind will no longer react. Somebody says something to you, animals react because animals have no free will. It's all hardwired for them. But as human beings, we have a choice to respond, to pause, to think and respond. This gap between action and reaction, this response time, when there is no gap, it's a reaction. Somebody does something, we immediately react. But when there is considerable thought and we are thinking, okay, this happened, what is the best course of my action? Then it is response. Those who chant, they will see, you can see within a month, you will yourself will see that you have now become more responsive than reactive. You will feel more present in your relationships, in your communication. You will be able to absorb what they are saying, the mood in which they are speaking. You will understand the feelings behind what other people are speaking. So all of these are some material benefits of chanting. And there are so many more spiritual benefits we will discuss a little later. So we will chant just for 5 minutes. We'll chant together. Please kindly repeat after me. This is one mantra we say before. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. In the interest of time, we are not giving the beads today, but in the beads, which we will probably start giving out from next session, you will see something like this. This bead is called the Krishna bead. This bead helps us understand that we have completed a round. So we start here. We don't use this finger. We massage this bead like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then once that is done, we move to the next one. And there are 108 such beads. And then once we are done with the whole round, we come back here and that's one round. So it usually takes in the beginning about 10 to 12 minutes when we begin, because we try to do it slow in the beginning. But slowly as the mind starts to cooperate, it eventually comes down to somewhere close to 8 minutes. But we're going to do the slow version now, medium version now. We will all do it together. And during this chanting, if possible, close your eyes. Please don't sleep. And try to bring back the mind. If the mind is distracted, as soon as you realize the mind has gone somewhere else, sincerely just bring it back to hearing. And try to hear every syllable that you are uttering. Is this okay? Alright. Please chant with us together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. We'll have the lights back on. So we'll take few, I dare say, question and answers in the due to lack of time, but we'll see. Any reflections, any actionable takeaways, we will prioritize that first. Anyone has any reflections, anything that you heard that stuck to your mind? We'll take 2 reflections and 1 question. We'll see. Anything from chanting, how does it feel? You can share any reflection based on chanting and what you heard from the session today. Going once, twice, thrice. Any question? Going once, twice. No questions? No questions on a karma session means either of these. The presenter did such a fantastic job that everything about karma is so crystal clear. Or the presenter did such a terrible job that nothing makes sense. I can't even put a finger to ask a question. Okay. One question at least. So, sitting in my position, I am thinking option 1. All of you might be thinking option 2. Okay. By the way, I noticed, Prabhu, what's your name? Bhavin Prabhu sits with his child. During the quiz, he actually answered 95% correct. Even many a times he was sitting there with the child. He was so focused, so attentive. You got 95% if I am not wrong.
Except one question.
One question, yes. We'll give him a round of applause. Hello! I was looking at scores and appreciating so many of you have done so well, because somehow on that day we couldn't go beyond the top 5. So it's kudos to all of you for paying attention, and whether I notice or not, Krishna notices. And he is looking at his saying, wow, this guy, I'm going to make arrangements in such a way that they're able to make better progress like that. So all glories to you. Please ask.
We have heard about Satyuga, right? So heard that Satyuga there was no crime, everybody was good, right? So did Bhagavad Gita and the principles of karma also apply there?
It's very interesting. So the question is, does karma work in Satya Yuga? Yes, it does. Because however good, everybody there in Satya Yuga, they would wake up in Mangalarti, Brahma Muhurta, 3:30. Everybody is meditating. Everybody is a vegetarian. Everybody is a sadhu. Like that. Can you imagine such a place? And because the environment is surcharged with Sattva Guna, it is mentioned in Satya Yuga, if you thought of doing something bad, you get the karma. You only just thought, okay, maybe if I steal those mangoes and enjoy those mangoes, it will be nice. You're just thinking. As soon as you think like that, it's as good as doing that papa, whatever activity it may be. In Kali Yuga, the opposite is true. Kali Yuga, surcharged with so much negativity, if somebody in their mind, they are thinking of doing good, you get some punya. God is so merciful. At least this guy is thinking of donating something, doing good for others. He gives some punya. And of course, naturally, when you do it, you get much more. Papa on the other hand, when you are thinking, no karma. Only when we act, eventually we get karma. Of course, as you know, what we are thinking is what we will speak. Our thoughts turn into words. Our words turn into actions. Our actions turn into habits. And our habits becomes our character. And our character becomes our destiny. So yes, thoughts also eventually will yield in karma if we are not careful. If we don't have spiritual practices, in Kali Yuga also thoughts will eventually give karma. But in Satya Yuga, because the standard is so high, karma, punya, you would have to do a lot of good to get little punya. Papa, you just have to think. Is that helpful?
Yeah, so you said that when someone is in Bhulok, there was one words, right, which said that you are here for suffering, right? Or like dukkha, what was that, dukkha?
Dukkhalayam ashashvata.
Yes.
Not just Bhulok actually, but the entire material universe.
What,
itself.
so was that also like Satyuga?
Closer
That
to
was
mic
not true,
like this.
right? For Satyuga, that was not true.
That is also true in Satya Yuga. Because I said in Satya Yuga, people live for 100,000 years. But after 100,000 years, you have to pack up your bags and leave also. So the pain we feel, can you imagine you are attached to your spouse, or maybe not attached, I don't know, or your children, or your houses, wealth, that we are attached. Our cars, our dresses, jewelry, we are all attached to those. When we are leaving them for what we are attached to 30, 40 years, right? You clean the house for 30, 40 years, then you feel, wow, my house is the best. Now you clean this for 100,000 years, how much more attachment we would develop. So the more pain will be there at the time of death. So death is still there. Birth, old age, disease and death are there in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga also. Just that the timelines are different, the quality of standard of life are different, that's all. So I see our old batch is here. So we will have a quick announcement. I will invite Anu Prabhu wherever he is. And meanwhile, if I can request others, our existing batch, they may be making plates. If I can request them also to come and see this presentation. By the way, one final reminder, we haven't changed the seating. Blue will sit with Balaji Prabhu in the bunk bedroom, red in the first bedroom, orange and white will sit in the garage, violet team and green team will sit in the master bedroom, kids and brown team will sit here in the main hall. Okay. So, Anu Prabhu, please welcome Anu Prabhu and Ranjit ji. They have been making some wonderful plans for a spiritual retreat for July 4th. So, we would like to... Okay.
Hare Krishna everyone. So as Prabhu said, what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing a bit about the spiritual retreat, what we do there, and some more logistics about that. Before that, right, I'll just ask a quick question. How many of you have been on vacations or have traveled, and after coming back you felt that, oh, I need one more vacation after this vacation? It happens with me a lot. almost all vacations, right? Now think of your childhood when you went with your parents as a child, right? Oh, how was that, right? Did you feel ever, was that like pure enjoyment, right? So similarly, I think the experiences I have had with the spiritual retreats have been like that. Whenever we come back from these, we are fully recharged, not just with our mind, with our souls also. You feel like going back to it. So that is one difference where, because I think Krishna as our parent is taking care of everything. So I think that is one experience that I wanted to share. And with that, we'll just show a small, a short.
Overview.
Let's go to the overview, Prabhu. It has video also. So this is the same overview that was shared in our WhatsApp message yesterday. What we are doing is just going through that and walking through that. Okay. Yeah. So we are planning this retreat on over the July 4th long weekend. July 4th is a Saturday this time, so 3rd July is the observed holiday. So we'll leave from Bay Area, from our homes in the morning, go there, check in on the 3rd, stay there overnight, stay the whole day, 4th overnight, and 5th morning, check out and come back to our home. So it's basically 2 nights and 3 days. We can move next slide. So why we gather, right? I think this is the most important thing, right? So yeah. So
everyone can please come here. Our existing batch also can come. We have sufficient space to squeeze in everyone. We can use this corner if needed. Okay, please continue.
So I think the most important thing of doing this is moving away from the mundane, the daily things, right? I mean, even if you come to these classes, right, which is, I feel really kind of, the 3 or 4 hours we spend here takes you away from all the busyness, all the chores, right? But going to these retreats where you're throughout the day absorbed in these, with the Sangha, with the association of like-minded devotees, is just another experience. So you can't beat that with that experience cannot be like told. What it feels like, it's really uplifting, as I said earlier, very simple. There's everyone you see will be doing something, some sort of seva, busy in something, someone's cooking, someone's shopping, someone's cleaning. It's an amazing environment. Everyone is trying to help. You are often just standing there and how can I help? And you'll often not find anything to do because people are taking care of everything. But it's a wonderful experience. And then, of course, we have a lot of, these discussions, the discourses that Prabhu gave, right? There's a lot more time for these, to doing that together. We have a lot of sessions where everyone shares their reflections in a much more, you can say, in a much more settled environment, in a much more where there's no rush, right? So yeah, it just feels different. And as I said, right, we've always returned fully recharged and fully fed from these retreats.
One of the main takeaways that everyone relishes in these spiritual retreats is the informal sharings. We all sit together while maybe prasadam or after prasadam, unplanned, and we're just sharing our hearts out, and we actually become very thick friends. And many of us who have been to these spiritual retreats, as Prabhu said, very beautiful analogy of connecting it to our childhood. I thought people are already sold, no need of this presentation anymore. But these are very beautiful memories that we all collect. Kids are taken care, kids are playing by themselves, Matajis are by themselves, men are by themselves, and they are all sharing, and then we all come together, we do kirtans together. The mornings is the spiritual part, and then the rest of the day is sattva gun activities. We want to connect with nature, we want to enjoy. It is the nature of the soul to enjoy, but we are looking for enjoyment in wrong things, in rajogun, tamogun things. So we want to experience what does it feel like happiness in sattvagun. When we go out in nature, connect with nature, such a beautiful, refreshing experience. So that's why most of the vacations need a vacation afterwards, because they are in rajogun and tamogun. When we go for a sattvagun vacation, you feel nourished, so happy, joyful, like that. So
Beautifully put, Prabhu. So yeah, these are some of the glimpses of our previous retreats, right? I mean, how you can see soulful kirtans. There's so many kirtans that like people spontaneously dancing, enjoying. It's just wonderful to be there. Then, of course, as I mentioned, there are so much discourses that we have had, so much, as Prabhu mentioned, right? So much informal discussions also happen that are just heart to heart and just helps people come together, bond, share experiences. That just is another experience. Of course, prasadam is a big part of these retreats, right? I mean, it's amazing how you can see the prasadam be prepared for so many people, everyone helping to chip in. You just learn to get to learn a lot from there. And then, as Prabhu mentioned, right, the idea is to connect with nature, right? Do lot of sadgun activities. So going on a hike as well, right, alone or with friends, or going on a hike with, I would say, devotees, right? It's just a very different experience because the discussions you're having are very, very uplifting, and as I said, right, it feels very different to be in company of these devotees. And then, of course, we just do not do those things. We enjoy. We play cricket. We play volleyball. We play all the outdoor games. We have lot of fun. You can say this on the left hand side. This is a special game we designed, which had all the names written, and you have to match the pattern. And similarly, we are playing some sort of again Krishna conscious games on the right as well. And then, of course, I think one thing that goes under all of this is that how when you go together, spend so much time in Sattva Gun together, the bonding that we form, the community that we've built over there is just unmatched. And that's what you can see with the people who've been coming here. So you can ask them and they can all share that with you. Yeah, Prabhu, we can play this video. So this is a video from our retreat in 2024.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama
Haribo. We usually book a big house. It's not the most luxurious,
Usually all men, we all sleep in the big hall, living space, and Matajis and kids we have many bedrooms and bathrooms like that.
Yeah. We can just move forward, Prabhu. Yeah.
Oh, there is more?
A little bit, a few more slides, Prabhu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you covered this, Prabhu, how the mornings, midday, and evenings are divided.
Sorry, I couldn't control myself.
Yeah, and this also, Prabhu was just saying, right? So this is not really a luxury vacation or as for like Tamagun or Rajogun retreat. This is more Satvogun. A lot of sharing, lot of I don't know if you've had when in India, a lot of guests come and how we sleep, that kind of feeling. So it's a very different feeling we'll have. Yeah, Prabhu, we can go to the next one.
Because in simple living, high thinking is possible. Otherwise, modern world is simply living, no thinking. So we keep it simple. It's not uncomfortable. It is comfortable only, but simple.
Again, I won't go through everything here. We've already, but yeah, we'll pick somewhere which is between 1 to 3 hours of drive, not too long as well. For especially with people with kids, so it's not hard. Then, of course, as Prabhu mentioned, right? I mean, there is sleeping bag arrangement for Prabhu, especially. We all sleep in the halls and areas, common areas. Mataji and children are usually in the rooms. And then, of course, one requirement as such, we have a gentle request is that we are asking that, if people who want to join in, if from those families, at least one person is doing 1 round of chanting per day. Because, these retreats are not just an uplifting opportunity, but they're also an opportunity to go to the next level in terms of your spiritual progress. So this can be a very beautiful excuse, a very nice excuse to step onto something, to commit to something and try that. Right? So that is one thing that we ask, a gentle request. And then what we are doing is that we'll be sharing an interest form. The Prabhu had the QR code for that earlier, and I'll also be sharing that in the group message as well. And I think we have some printouts out here as well. What we ask everyone is,
so this is the interest form.
Yeah.
It'll only take 1 minute.
Yes.
So this form is like a soft registration. Like you're not committing, you're not paying anything. By the way, these I wish we are able to give you these for free. I wish I am that rich to be able to. We all wish we are able to do it. So this is we all share the cost equally. Usually it comes between either $100 to $200, something like that, per person. So it's for 3 nights, prashadam. 2 nights, 3 days, prashadam, everything included. So we just you'll see. We'll all put. You will only do the shopping. You will put the expenses.
Yeah.
Prabhu and Danjiji will manage. Figure out the final number and tell us, please pay this much, and that's how we pay. So you can scan this QR code and show your interest. There you can say, yes, I'm interested, very much interested. If no other better plans come my way, I will join. Absolutely not interested. You guys don't give me bed, I'm not going to see you. So you can select whatever it may be. So that way we get an idea of how many people are interested to come. So we can make reservations accordingly. So we'll book a house that will fit, maybe, you'll be surprised actually. Some houses can easily fit 50 people. Some can fit maybe 60, 70 also. So, yeah, please take 1 minute. If you have your phone, please scan the QR code.
Yeah, and we would request, even if you are not decided yet, everyone, we request everyone to please fill it. Even if you may have some plans already or like some travel, but we are still requesting if everyone can fill it, right, we'll get to just be more prepared and thoughtfully prepare for this and book accordingly. So that's the request.
From a timeline point of view, I also want to mention, so this is the interest form we are taking now in February. Beginning of May, we will, by then hopefully your plans are finalized. So we will send the registration there where you can pay it, so then we know for sure. And then we have an opportunity to cancel in case if we book a too big place and not too many people are there, then we will book the right size. So in May time frame is where you will get an opportunity to register for the spiritual retreat. And then we'll go for the retreat on July 4th. So right before July 4th, we'll also have some planning, who will do what games will we play, what games will kids play, how will they be engaged. All that planning will happen towards the end of that time. Any questions, comments? You are welcome to fill this form before the 28th of February, which is the next Saturday. So maybe we'll briefly, next Saturday we have much more important announcements to make. So I won't be able to spend this much time next week. So that's why I requested Prabhu to give a glimpse of this. So you are welcome to go home, discuss among your family if you need to discuss. And please fill it up before the 28th of February. It will help us. Anything else? Thank you. Thank you, Anu Prabhu and Balaji Prabhu. No, not Balaji Prabhu. Ranjit ji have been planning and organizing so many of our retreats. So we'll give them a round of applause. Haribo! Yeah. All right.
And I think
We will.
the only thing, Prabhu, if anyone has any questions about these retreats, any questions on what we do, what is needed, please, Ranjit Prabhu or me, you can contact anyone, anytime.
And then, so we'll now go to Prashadam. So please kindly repeat after me. Mahaprashade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishvaso Naiva Jayate Sharirara Vidyaja Jodendriya Taheka जीवे पेले विषय सागरे तार मध्ये जिहायति लोभोमयी सुदुर्मति ताके जीता कठिन संसारे श्रीमद् भगवत महाप्रसादम की जय. And my sincere apologies that we went a little longer today because of some unplanned announcements like that. So I hope you will forgive us and enjoy your prasadam. So we will pack up this and make it ready for prasadam. And I hope you remember which room you all belong to. And we will see you during prasadam. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.